I'm certain this video will save thousands of men and women. Be sure to share it with your best friend. So today we are going to talk about something people almost never discuss. The actual algorithm of love addiction. How, why, and whom do we choose? Why is it that with a good person, even a good woman, we don't always want to stay together? Why do we feel pain when someone rejects us, when in reality we shouldn't? And how do we lie to ourselves every single day? You do it too, I've done it as well, and I'm going to prove it. So it all began about 5 years ago, a shift in my thinking, in how I saw the world. Back then, I met someone truly impressive. A highly respected, intellectual, well-read person with whom you could discuss literally any topic. But one day we touched on the subject of relationships, and suddenly I heard the most cliche everyday phrases that it's important to meet your person, that you need to fall in love, feel something deep inside, love so much that you could forgive anything. And at first I thought he was joking. I couldn't believe that such a rational man with so many accomplishments and achievements in life could say such foolish things. Of course, I asked him, and how did those ideas work out for you? Naturally, everything had ended badly. But here is the thing. An intelligent man didn't want to acknowledge that his vision of life had led to a disastrous result, that something had to change. So the question is why? And the answer is right in front of us. And I'm about to say something you've heard before, something everyone knows but almost no one actually applies. Everyone knows that when we fall in love, our brain pumps out a certain cocktail of hormones: oxytocin, dopamine, endorphins, so simple stuff, right? We've all heard it. But what almost people don't realize is how deeply this affects our emotional state, the way we make decisions, and the way we deceive ourselves. Think back. Every one of you has felt the pain when a woman walked away, right? That pain is proof that you were romanticizing relationships and women in general. Because only when you put relationships on a pedestal like that do you get hooked on this emotional hormonal boost. And that's exactly what it is, a boost, a high. And people live their whole lives chasing it. This is a real addiction, even though no one likes to call it that. But how else would you describe it when men start doing irrational, even destructive things? Following a woman around, trying to track her down, showering her with gifts, begging her to come back. That's not love. That's been strung out on your own hormones. And here is the irony. While you're still in the relationship, everything feels fine. You are dependent, but it doesn't look like a problem yet, because that's how the relationship started, with you chasing the high. So look at our culture, yes? Songs, movies, books, they all glorify this same idea. The whole drama of love is built on this narrative. Chase her, suffer for her. That's the script we've all been sold. So what's happened? A man goes into a relationship with those ideas in this head, that this woman is my person, my soulmate, the one who makes me whole, and because of that, he's in it for the high. But eventually it crashes. Because when she leaves, you don't just lose a partner, you go into full-blown withdrawal. The hormonal hit is gone, suddenly your brain is starving, and that's when the obsessive thoughts kick in. What can I do? How do I win her back? How do I fix this? And no other woman seems attractive in that state. Of course not, because you are chemically tied to her. That's the hook, that's the trap. Now, let's talk about how it should be. Any person who's gone through the practice I talk about all the time, the exercises, the mindset work, doesn't face these problems. They can say whether I'm with a woman or not, in a relationship or not, I feel the same. Their hormonal state isn't hijacked by someone else. And here is I want to make clear, we shouldn't disguise addiction as love. These are two completely different things. Confusing them is convenient for self-justification, but it's not real love. Anyone who's done this practice, anyone in my close circle, isn't dependent on a relationship. They aren't dependent on a woman. Yet they still do kind things to her, and she does kind things for them. So why? Because they choose to, consciously. There is intentions and reasons behind it. Where is there more love? In a situation where a man is forced to worship someone just to get a hit of emotion and boost his hormones, or when he can act however he wants, but chooses to act well? I think the answer is obvious. Now, think about a person who's used to romanticizing relationships. With this kind of woman, it's a swamp. It's not what he wants. Life just passes him by, so he's like a prisoner picking out a tiny window, watching other people experience real emotions he can't reach. That's what leads to tragedy. That's what leads to divorces. So kids involved, lies intertwined, and suddenly the relationship ends. And the feelings? Gone. You cannot build any kind of relationship, let alone a family life, with people who are dependent, regardless of gender. Those relationships are always temporary. Here is another interesting point. How to catch yourself in self-deception. Many times clients have come to consultation whose personal lives were full of constant turbulence. Breakups, doubts, second guessing, back and forth drama. And I'll tell them, listen, you have all the information you need. I guarantee you. Give me a month, just make a list of what you want from a woman. So someone who cooks, takes care of the home, has some interests, love children, want to drive you crazy mentally, at least some specific criteria. You say you know what you want, right? In 1 month, we can find several ready options. Done. And do you know what's interesting? Not a single person agreed, not one. I said, any woman, just describe her, just tell me, we'll make it happen. Not a single person agreed. And do you know why? Because the person doesn't actually want to leave these painful relationships. Anyone who feels even a little hurt or tied to a specific woman is either still riding that emotional boost or wants to but can't let go. Do you understand? She might have left. Other problems arise. He experiences withdrawal, but What do my words actually tell him? Let go, refuse, start a healthy, conscious life. And he's like, no, thanks, but wait, Maria, give me 5 minutes. I'll come up with some excuse why I need to be with her, and then I'll write something down for you. But thank you so much. So people choose the worst option because that's the only place they can extract those emotions. There is a huge amount of research showing how dependency relates to IQ. Bad habits, addictions, and other compensations. I won't go into specifics, but the proportions are irrelevant. Some studies even show that the higher the IQ, the higher the likelihood someone will have this kind of addiction. And why am I saying this? The principle I'm describing is independent of how successful someone is in their career or how intellectually developed they are. A smart person can deceive themselves even more easily, and their potential for dependency doesn't decrease. So got it? It doesn't decrease. A smart person can invent 1,000 self-justifications and they'll be highly convincing both to others and themselves. That's exactly what we work on. Now we are getting to the most interesting part. The more problematic a woman is, the more she can potentially affect a man's hormonal state. In other words, when we are talking about a woman suitable for family life, she doesn't trigger these extreme emotions. No ups and downs, no drama, she's predictable, understandable, there are no conflicts or even events that feel like conflicts. Here is the thing. A woman who carries emotional issues, psychological pathologies, or narcissistic traits can steer even an otherwise steady man. That's the first point. The second point is her ability to adjust to the man. Women, by nature, are much better at this. So think about the familiar scenario. She starts showing interest in what interests you. She may even get somewhat involved in your hobbies or at least accompany you. This is naturally how women can support their partner's goals. They have the skills for it. But when the woman is problematic, at first it shows up as a plus, something appealing, and later turns into a minus. That's when a man starts feeling emotionally shaken, even destabilized. The most common justification for not ending the relationship is, well, the first year was fine. And suddenly, the first year becomes the benchmark for deciding the relationship's future. But it's actually the opposite. This pattern is exactly what almost every man who has come to me experienced, and I explain this to each one, and now I'll explain it to all of you. If you are weighing whether it makes sense to be with a woman or not, you shouldn't look at the beginning when you were still enjoying each other and having fun. So that part doesn't matter. Everyone always feels good at first, so it's irrelevant. That's just how it starts, and it should be taken as a given. What you need to focus on is what the relationship turned it over time. What decisions were made at the very end, that's what matters. That's where you should pay attention. Now, When we talk about a woman most suitable for a family relationship, there are no emotional roller coasters. Nobody is sparring with you, nobody provokes you, you don't feel jealous, but also there is no drama. I'm absolutely convinced that if we had the option to study this scientifically and look at a person's hormonal state while they are infatuated, and people can stay in this state for years, we'd see something striking. I hope now you understand why, if you try to recommend my channel to someone, a friend might say, "No, this is nonsense." Why? Let's go back to my very first conversation with that smart, respected, intelligent person. Why was he, let's say, so naive in relationships? Simply put, it's inconvenient to figure it out. It's inconvenient. You see, even the most talented, smart, or brilliant person can fall into the same trap in relationships. When it comes to relationships, it's almost beneficial to dump yourself down. As soon as the topic comes up, it's convenient to ignore the obvious. Anyone trying to guide them logically, let's review your life, your patterns, at what conditions you should draw, so it just doesn't stick. I've tried this countless times in my practice. At first, I honestly thought it could work. I thought maybe they just didn't know, maybe if I explained it clearly, but it doesn't work. And no matter how logical the argument, it doesn't matter. Because the receptiveness to this kind of transformation isn't just about understanding. That's not enough. You need a new path, new decisions that go against your old habits and desires. The only time someone has the potential for real change is during that breaking point. When they've just been hurt, when someone has left, if you haven't taken action or started practicing at that moment, the potential fades. And then men think they've understood it all. I understand the philosophy, I see it clear, but if the practice wasn't applied seriously, they're just setting themselves up for the same story again. The only difference might be that they choose a woman who can affect them hormonally, even if for a short time they feel in a strong position. Why? Because being in a strong position is not about control or feeling like the master of the situation. Real control is this. No matter what happens, you can evaluate it and act as you see fit, without doubting yourself for a single second. The same applies when a woman leaves. She has, in a sense, discredited herself. There is no reason to try to change anything, no reason to feel doubt or regret. You are not sitting on an emotional boost. In moments of breakups, your true judgment of the person comes out. If you genuinely saw her as a good mother, a good partner, and you are conscious, there will be no pain. If you will feel hurt, that's bad news. Hopefully you understand this by now. Thank you very much for watching.